Jellicle cats meet once a year on the night when we make the Jellicle choice. And now that the Jellicle leader is here, Jellicle cats can all rejoice! The awful battle of the Pekes and the Pollicles, together with some account of the participation of the Poms and the Poms, and the intervention of the great Rumpus. The Pekes and the Pollicles, as everyone knows, are proud and implacable, passionate foes. It is always the same wherever one goes. And the Pugs and the Poms, although some will say that they do not like fighting, yet once in a way they will now and again join into the fray. And they bark, 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 until they can hear them all over the park. Bark, 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 until you can hear them all over the park. On the occasion of which I shall speak, nothing had happened for nearly a week, and that's a long time for a pole or a pig. The big police dog was away from his feet. I didn't know the reason, but most people think it slipped into Wellington's arms for a drink, and no one at all was about on the street when a Peke and a Pollicle happened to me. They did not advance or exactly retreat, but they glared at each other and scraped their hind feet. And they started to bark, 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 until you could hear them all over the park. Bark, 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 until you could hear them all over the park. Now the Peke, although people may say what they please, is no British dog but a heathen Chinese. And so all the pigs, when they heard the uproar, some came to the window, some came to the door. There was surely a dozen, more likely a score. And together they started to grumble and wheeze in their huffery, snuffery heathen Chinese. But to tell what did is what Pollicles like. For your Pollicle dog is a darling Yorkshire tyke. Dogs of every nation, the Irish, the Welsh and the Dane, the Russian, the Dutch and Dalmatian, and even the China in Spain, the poodle, the Pom, the Alsatian, and the Mastiff who walks in a chain. And to those who fritzy Pollicle, let my meaning be perfectly plain. That my name is like little Tom Pellicle, and you better not do it again. And this brawl's got cousins of snappers and pipers, and every dog's back of the merciful pipes. And so they stepped out with their pipers in order, playing when the blue bonnets came over the border. Then the Pugs and the Poms held no longer aloof, but some of the balconies, some from the roof, joined into the din with a bark, 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 until you could hear them all over the park. Bark, 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 until you could hear them all over the park. Now, When those bold heroes together assembled, the traffic all stopped and the underground trembled. And some of the neighbours were so much afraid that they started to ring up the fire brigade. When they suddenly, up from the small basement flat, why, who should stalk out but the great Rumpus Cat. His eyeballs were like fiery, fearfully blazing. He gave a great yawn, and his jaws were amazing. And when he looked through the bars of the area, you never saw anything fiercer or scarier. And what with the glare of his eyes and his yawning, the Pekes and the Pollicles quickly took warning. The Pekes and the Pollicles quickly took yawning. He looked at the sky and he gave a great leap, and every last one of them scattered like sheep. And when the police dog returned to his beat, there wasn't a single one left on the street. Dogs all must, Pollicle dogs and cats all must, like undertakers, come to dust.
McCavity!